friends, welcome back to Millennial Realtor Monday. Woo-woo. So today I have a guest, which you guys are familiar with, Kelsey. She's with Willow Bend Mortgage. Today we're going to be talking about how to buy a foreclosed home. Kelsey's going to talk a little bit about forbearance and of course how to, use a mortgage in buying a foreclosed home. So yay, I'm so happy that you're here.
I'm excited to be here.
Do you want to tell them how they can contact you really quick? Yes. A little bit about you just in case they have not seen you. Oh, if you want to see the video, how to get pre-approved, she was the person who was there. She's one of my favorite preferred lenders. So definitely check out that video here. But yeah, tell them a little bit about you just in case they don't know.
So my name is Kelsey Acosta. I'm over here at Willow Bend Mortgage. We are based out of Plano, Texas, and I service all of Texas actually. So if you're wanting to buy a house in Austin, Houston, Dallas, you name it, I'll be there to help. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just list my phone number. It's the best way to contact me. It's my direct line. It's 214-803-7129. And my email is kacosta, ACOSTA, @WBM.com. Any questions that come your way, contact me, and then we'll get you into your house.
Of course, and I'll have all of her contact information below. Also, guys, if you're new here, hello, I'm Kira Ford. My channel talks about real estate tips and tricks, dance fitness go-tos, and much, much more. All right, now let's jump into this. So, of course, the topic is how to buy a foreclosed home. But before we jump into how to buy, what is a foreclosure, let's talk a little bit about forbearance. Because if you do forbearance, maybe you don't necessarily have to do a foreclosed home.
Right. So forbearance has been a hot topic lately.
Yeah.
If you're watching this video, we're in January 2021, and in 2020 we had COVID hit back in March, and a lot of what happened with that is job loss, right? So we saw some hardships in families right when COVID hit, and because of that job loss, we saw that people weren't able to pay for their mortgages anymore, and so
which is really unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate. It's a reality of it, but the good thing is Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, HUD, all of these entities that handle the mortgage process and the investors that go through them, they allowed for these homeowners to have forbearance. And what that means is you reach out to your mortgage servicer, let them know why you're having these hardships, whether it's job loss or maybe unexpected death in the family because of COVID. They are able to restructure kind of what your payment plan is. So if you're not able to pay your mortgage, you could request a certain month's worth of no payments and have no penalty towards your credit. Now, it doesn't mean that those payments are wiped clean.
They're not.
They're not.
And we wouldn't advise you to really do a forbearance.
Right.
And I'm acting like I'm a lender.
But you know what, you're preaching to, the audience, and it's really something that I would preach as well. So we never really want to encourage a forbearance unless if you can pay the mortgage, please pay it. And the reason why we say that is because say your servicer is able to give you 3, 6 months, 9 months of relief. Well, at the end of that relief, they're usually going to ask for that payment in a lump sum.
Yeah.
So in a bulk. And so all of these months that you weren't able to pay for your mortgage, well, it's kind of a surprise because it's supposed to help you, but at the end they may ask for that in a lump sum. Another thing that they could do is more of like a payment plan. So if you can't do that lump sum, at the end they're able to kind of increase your mortgage payments moving forward until you catch up. But the thing to keep in mind is that the interest that you're paying over time is accruing even more.
Yeah.
So
it's even more.
So it's even more. But the reason forbearance is there is because we don't want your house to be taken away
and be foreclosed
or be foreclosed upon. So it's kind of like a trickle down effect, and so forbearance is something that is something that we can look into. I would always talk to your servicer about that to get clarity on the plans that they have in place, and then we're just going to go into foreclosure. And
so that's basically if you don't want to have a foreclosed home, but we're talking about how to buy a foreclosed home. But I just wanted to just put that out there to you, just because a lot of people ask me, okay, well, how do these homes come about being foreclosed on? So let's all get on the same page. What is a foreclosed home? So foreclosure is basically a legal process where the lender, which, the lender, Willow Bend, or someone who provided you the loan, is trying to recover the balance of a loan that you're not able to pay anymore. Right. And so at the end of the day, you need to know what a foreclosed is. Someone is not able to make the payment. There's a lien on the home. And so there's three phases of a foreclosed home. Do you want me to kind of go into that? Or
if you don't mind.
Yeah. So the 3 phases is, first off, the pre-foreclosure. So that's where you've reached out to the lender's reached out to you, or you've reached out to the lender saying, hey, like, I'm not going to be able to pay. The lien is there, and you can then put your house on the market before it actually goes
into foreclosure.
Before it goes into foreclosure. And then the second phase is when it's actually foreclosed on. So that is when the lender or the bank has taken the home, and that's when you go to those auctions. Have you guys ever been to the auctions? They're every Tuesday.
They're wild.
They are kind of wild. They're every Tuesday. They're in different counties. Every first Tuesday of each month. So if you're interested about like how the auction is, let me know. I would love to do kind of like an auction video.
That would actually be pretty fun.
That would.
I would join that.
Okay, cool. Okay, I might do that. So watch out for that. But that's when you go and you get in the bidding wars, or you auction out. Well, they auction out. The bank auctions out the home, and that is when you will pay for either the loan amount or whatever it goes to. So I will be honest with you, foreclosed homes, the best way to get a foreclosed home is in the pre-foreclosed phase, because that's when the seller is hurting and they're willing to sell the home for the best price. When you get to the auction, the lender is like, this is the price. They want the loan amount or up, or or more.
Right.
And then the last phase of foreclosure is post-foreclosure. And this is where most people buy foreclosed homes. So that is when it went to the auction, no one bought the home. So it's still in the bank's
ownership.
Possession. I mean, what is it?
Possession.
Thank you, girl. And so that is when it is going on to MLS. MLS is the multiple listing services that all real estate agents have access to.
I wish I had access to it.
I know, but
I'd know more about the properties that are being bought.
But you can always go to foreclosure.com. There's a lot of websites that I will put below if you are looking for a foreclosed home. But like I said, the main topic of this video is how to buy a foreclosed home. So I wanted Kelsey to talk about how to buy a foreclosed home with a mortgage. I will tell you this. Most foreclosed homes, they want it to be cash.
Right.
If you're not really a cash buyer, you don't have a lot of cash on hand, most likely they won't go with you. I'm just going to be honest with you. A lot of people feel like,
well, first off, they want a quick close. So if you're working with a lender like me, we can close a loan within 21 to 30 days. There's certain things that we have to vet out. We have to look at your verification of employment, make sure that you're on your employer's payroll.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll need to do an appraisal. So things that could take some time, well, the bank, or maybe whoever's listing it is probably
it's
not.
most likely the bank.
It is most likely the bank on a foreclosure, but they're usually, they don't want to go through that time. They want to get it off their books as quickly as possible. So having a cash offer is going to be a little bit more competitive.
Yeah.
But if you are wanting to look into buying a foreclosed home with a mortgage attached to it, we can get you pre-approved pretty quickly. Usually they'll want to see a conventional loan on one of those.
Correct. Conventional loan. FHA, they're really not going to be that interested in. Also, when it comes to foreclosed homes, think about repairs, because usually foreclosed homes are as is. You're not going to be able to ask for the bank
right,
or the lender to repair. There are some that will do a couple repairs, but you really, like I said, you need to have cash, because you want it to be a quick close, and then you need to have cash to fix up the home, because most times the homes have kind of dwindled and they're not in the best shape.
Well, and I'll be honest, I've seen people purchase foreclosed homes as like their primary, but for the most part, their investors that are going in there.
It's very heavy investor.
Because they do have that cash, or maybe they have the contractors lined up for those repairs. So that's what I'm seeing mostly. Is that what you're seeing?
Oh yeah, for sure. And so I hope this has brought you guys some value. So let's do a quick recap. You should know what a foreclosure is. It is a legal process where the lender or the banks are trying to retrieve or recover the balance of a loan that was not able to be paid. And then there's 3 phases. The first phase is pre-foreclosure. So that's when the seller can sell their home. It hasn't like officially been foreclosed on. The second phase is actually it's foreclosed, the bank has it or the lenders have it.
Right.
And that is when, you know, you can go to those auctions every first Tuesday of each month to buy the home. And usually that's a little bit easier to go about. And then the third phase is that post-foreclosure phase where most people buy foreclosed homes, which you need an agent to do so. Once again, when it comes to buying a foreclosed home with a mortgage, just know that there is a little bit more obstacles that you have to go through. So if you are one of those people who want to get a foreclosed home, I advise you to have cash on hand and also have contacts with contractors who can fix homes, which if you use me as your agent, I have plenty of those contacts. But that's typically how to buy a foreclosed home.
Right.
And thank you so much for talking about the forbearance.
Yes, of course. Well, and one other thing, you know, we obviously want you to be competitive when it comes to buying a foreclosed home. And on the flip side, we don't want you to ever get into a situation where you are being foreclosed upon.
Exactly.
If you do own a home. The great thing that's happening right now, just kind of piggybacking on the mortgage side of things, there is an extension that's going on right now with Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and HUD where you can ask for that forbearance if anything has happened in 2021. So if you
But only on FHA.
On FHA, but Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae, they're thinking about doing the same thing. So there's been some talk. So so if there's something that's happened in 2021 where you think that we're still going to have some type of forbearance, reach out to your servicer first. Get the information on the payment plan and what kind of forbearance allowance it will have.
Awesome. And of course, at the end of the day, I will tell you this, I will, advocate for, buying a home traditional route just because, she's awesome. She'll get you pre-approved pretty quick. And then we go looking for houses. And I just feel like it's just an easier process. When it comes to foreclose, it can be a lot of ups and downs because it's a bank. The bank isn't going to talk to you as often as you want. Right. So keep that in the back of your mind. Be mindful of that. But I hope this has brought you guys some value. You have anything else to say?
No, that's it. I'm just, we make a good team. So if you are wanting to go through that traditional route, it is going to be easy because we're going to be talking throughout the process and making sure that you get into your home. So.
Yes. Also, guys, my mission is to help millennials and first-time home buyers create that generational wealth by buying a home. And we would love to be the team that helps you buy a home in Dallas, Texas. Well, Texas anywhere for her.
But Dallas is my hub.
Yes. But we love you and thank you so much for watching. We hope that this has brought you some value. Comment below something that has just sparked your interest, or comment something that you would love for me to talk about, or even have Kelsey come back on to elaborate on, because we would love that. Until next time, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. We love you. See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Oh my gosh, there she is. It's Kira Ford. Kira Ford. You don't know what? Never heard? Oh my gosh, she plays every